Welcome back to my channel. We do unboxings, limited editions, hauls, and mystery boxes. I love to shop and show you what I got. We do everything here from lifestyle, self-care, wellness, beauty, makeup, skincare, jewelry, coffee, tea, whatever appeals to me and hopefully to you too. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being there and sharing in all of this. We just hit 600. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I've been going at a fast clip, getting subscribers, and somehow between 500 and 600 it's been a little bit tougher. And I don't think it's really that I'm not getting the subscribers. I think for some reason they're unsubscribing people and I don't understand why. So anyway, so excited we hit 600. I want to celebrate that with you and do a giveaway, so please stay tuned for that. But before we do, I want to talk to you a little bit. I don't know if any of you have noticed in the last couple of videos, I seem to be a little bit perkier, a little bit happier. For those of you that have been with me, you know that I lost my precious Amber in March suddenly. She just never woke up. Didn't really know that she was that sick, or sick really. So I don't know what happened there. She was 10 and a half, a Tibetan Spaniel. I had gotten her when she was a little over 4, around 4. So I'd had her for about 6.5 years. She was a former show dog, and she had gotten her title, but they weren't going to breed her, and thought she would do better kind of on a one-on-one situation. And she thrived with me. She loved it. She took over the house, took over the neighborhood. We lived in Charlotte at the time, and she was the boss of that area. And then I moved her down to Florida about a year and a half ago or so. And she just loved it here. Would just stand let the sea breezes just kind of wash over her, and just became the mayor of the neighborhood. I live in an apartment complex with lots and lots of dogs, big and small, and she just ruled, you know. So very independent, very feisty, loved her to death. She was my best pal. I work from home, and so she was my constant companion. So after losing her, and especially losing her so suddenly, I just didn't know what to do with myself. I was barely leaving the house, only because I used to walk her 4 or 5 times a day, and I didn't have that to do anymore. And so, you know, when you own a dog, you know they become part of so much of your life. They take over so much of your life. You live for them or through them. And so the last couple months, you know, have just... I've just survived, you know, that, and my dad had taken ill, so I've been dealing with that. But for myself, and then the house just felt so lonely and so empty. So I researched some other breeds, and was trying to figure out what to get. In the past, I'd had a Pomeranian, loved to death, the best of the best. My Sashi was a little boy Pomeranian, gentle, sweet, never barked, never yapped. It would just lay in your lap and lick, lick, lick. He was just that kind of dog. My Cavalier that I got as a pal for him, who was 2 years younger than Sashi, Bailey, was supersized. He was not your typical Cavalier, King Charles. He was a 40-pound, not heavy, just big, but a mush. Also, the two of them would just follow me around the house. I had them when I lived in New York, and lost them suddenly. Also, I lost Sashi at 12. He had always had seizures, and just had a seizure one day, and just that was the end. And then 2 days later, Bailey developed some sort of a blockage or some sort of a growth or something on his throat, and never recovered from that. They thought he'd have longer, but he died a month to the day after Sashi did. So I lost them both in a very short time. It was devastating, especially if those were my first dogs, to lose them both together like that. But they were bonded, and I think that was part of it. I think that's just kind of what happened. So I left New York right after that. A few months later, I sold my condo and moved down to Charlotte, and then I adopted Amber. Anyway, so that's kind of my history with dogs, and they've just been a part of my life for the last 20 years. So to suddenly not have a dog was just devastating to me. Anyway, so I was researching breeds. Did I want another Pom? Did I want another Cavalier? Did I want another Tibetan Spaniel? Did I want something completely different? Knew I did not want a puppy, because I just don't have the energy to train a puppy. So I wanted a dog that was a little bit older. I looked at some shelter dogs. I tried that, but the dogs just have so many issues, and they also do such a background check on you that I don't know how anybody passes that. And I live in an apartment. I don't have a yard. So to adopt a dog was kind of tough. Anyway, I was reaching out to several breeders to see if they had any older dogs they weren't going to breed anymore or whatever. And then it dawned on me, as upset as I was at losing Amber, and I felt bad, and I had told the breeder that when it happened, and she was 10 and a half, I felt funny. I felt like maybe they would think, well, I don't know, whatever they would think. And I just felt kind of guilty over that, even though I knew I gave her a good life and there was nothing really that could be done. But I happened to reach out to her and say, tell her what happened when it happened. And she was, of course, very upset about that. And then when I was looking at other breeds, after a little bit of time, I reached back out to her and I said, look, Amber, the disposition, she was such a great dog. If there's any other dogs you have at this point that, you might think would be good for me, let me know. And she thought about it, and she said, I may have a dog for you. We're not going to breed her anymore. We bred her once. She only had one living puppy, and she finished her championship. And I think she's living in a house now with 5 other dogs and cats and all kinds of things. And she just is very aloof and just wants to be independent and by herself. So I think that she would benefit from being kind of out of that kind of a house, in a household that didn't have any other pets, and you could dote on her, and I think she would appreciate that. I was so excited when I heard that, and even more the story. As it turns out, she wasn't just another Tibetan Spaniel. She was actually Amber's niece. And when I heard that, I just got chills. This was Amber's sister, Nina, who had several litters over the years, and had this litter. And so this dog was in that, she was now 4.5 years old, the dog I'm talking about. So it was a perfect age for me to adopt. And I just got very excited. So we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, and the dog was up in the Carolinas. And so I hired, I'm just telling you the whole process of everything. What you do now, I guess, is typically, rather than go and get the dog yourself, although you can do that, you hire these flight nannies. It's become a whole cottage industry. So I contacted one that was very reputable, and they fly standby, whatever, but they would pick the dog up from the Charlotte airport and they bring it down to me here in Florida. And so I arranged for that, and everything went smoothly. I mean, it was a 2-hour flight. Dog did great. And she's been with me now a couple of days. And so I want to introduce you to my new dog. And let me go grab her. So hang on for a sec. Come here, baby. Come here, honey. Come here. Come here. Oh, this is Twinkle. Her stage name was Wish Upon a Star, but they call her Twinkle for short. And she is the sweetest, gentlest, because I only had her this is my 3rd day with her. And if I tell you, she is just loving it here. She sleeps by me all day long, and then at night we cuddle, right? And you sleep right next to me, and she is just enjoying life. So this is Twinkle. I just wanted to introduce you to her. She is a little bit smaller than Amber. Go back down here. She's a little smaller than Amber was, a couple pounds smaller, actually more petite than Amber was. And she is a little lighter colored. I don't know that I would name her Twinkle, but like I said, her stage name was Wish Upon a Star, so they call her Twinkle. I didn't get to name Amber either, although I'm toying with the idea of maybe changing Twinkle's name to Honey, since she's like a honey colored. But I didn't want to do anything too fast, because like I said, this is new for her. But she is adapting great to apartment life. She came from a house where she could just run outside. Here she doesn't have that, but I take her out quite frequently. She is loving meeting all the other dogs. She's great with them, all sizes, where Amber used to bark at the bigger dogs and be fearful. She's not shown me that at all. Very friendly and just sweet, just such a good-natured, sweet dog. So I really feel like I hit the jackpot. I wanted to share that with you because it's all good news. I couldn't ask for a better dog. She's a good eater, and she's a good sleeper. And like I said, I have not heard her bark yet. So again, it's only been 3 days, so we'll see. But so far, it's just been a pure joy. And so I just wanted to share that because you may notice my mood, and you can just see it in my face. I can just tell that I'm just so happy. So anyway, wanted to share all that good news with you. And now that I did all that, now we can talk about our big giveaway. I'm going to pick 3 winners, and I'm going to put together packages from all different boxes, and not just boxes. I do, like I've told you before, I used to own a boutique, a women's boutique, and we had lots of gifty and fun accessory items at the boutique, and I still have some of those. So I will throw some of those in each of the different boxes, hair accessories and things like that. So I'll put together nice packages for the 3 winners. Now, again, this is not sponsored by Facebook. This is totally on me. I paid for all these items myself. So, yeah. The way to enter, why don't you put a comment below about Twinkle? Use the word Twinkle in your comment, and I will pick 3 winners randomly. And today we're talking about the June 5th, I think this is, something like around that point. So we'll run this to the 15th. So June 15th, I will pick my winners. I'm going to give you the, I'm not going to do a winners video. I will comment it back here who the winners are, and they will have 48 hours or something like that to get in touch with me, to get me their contact information. So you must be subscribed to me publicly. So make sure, I don't know if you've done that or look into that, but when you go in subscriptions or channels on your channel, you should be able to see my face, my pretty face on there. So anyway, I think that's everything that I need to tell you about the giveaway. And thanks again for all the support, all the love. If you just want to comment and not enter, that's okay too. You can not use her name or something, just say your dog. But if you want to enter, just use the word Twinkle. And that's it. Everything's just so wonderful right now. So I'm just very excited about things. So thanks again for watching and subscribing and supporting me. And we'll go forward from here. Stay well, enjoy your day, and we'll talk soon. Take care.